Of course, you'll be having Sackboys running all over with
Cloud.
what are they called? Buster swords everywhere.
Oh yeah, those things are going to take up the whole screen again. You were talking about you hadn't published any levels. I've actually published a level and or a series of levels that actually I'm kind of proud of. The third level is supposed to be, I was supposed to make it, but I gave up on it because I couldn't execute my plan. But for anybody who's listening and wants to try to play it, it's called The Quest for Gunter. It's actually Gunter is spelled G-U with an umlaut and N-T-E-R. It's actually the name of my brother's teddy bear that he had from childhood, and it's pretty hilarious. You got, at least for us as an inside joke thing, is we kind of recreated his teddy bear in LittleBigPlanet, and we like to involve him in all sorts of creative projects we've done growing up, and so I actually put him in there, and the whole idea is that you're trying to rescue him from some military leader, and so you're going around and doing that. So if somebody wants to look that up, now they actually added the search feature where you can search for text for keywords.
Right.
And to me, that's, aside from the expansion of Metal Gear, that's probably the smartest and the best thing they've done, period. Because I was so frustrated when I started playing the game when I was trying to search for levels and all I kept seeing were the same couple of levels on the front page.
Right.
And it was like trophies this, trophies that, remakes of Mario Brothers, which are cool, but it didn't feel like any fresh stuff was coming up to the surface for people to see. You always had to try to dig around in these page 20, like maybe you'll see something new. So now I think they've really handled that perfectly. You can sort by all sorts of different ways, and just very intelligent and common sense kind of things they're doing, and I'm glad to see that they're doing it. And it doesn't cost anything for these updates they do, and it works so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially now during these hard times, the PlayStation 3 needs more games like this to really keep it going.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually been as successful as they were hoping. Like, there was a lot of talk before it came out that it was going to be like their flagship game, they called it, where it was going to be like, Little Big or Sackboy is now like the mascot for PlayStation 3, and he's going to be the thing that everybody, a system seller, that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't think it actually managed to pull that off, even though obviously there's nothing wrong with the game itself.
It's a great game.
But I don't know. I kind of think that it's because it's not violent, and it's not, even though it's quote-unquote competitive when you're playing, it's really more about cooperating. And I think in order to really have a successful, like a hardcore following that most people get interested in, you almost need to have something where people can kind of be cutthroat and kind of, have this extreme competition in there. I guess it's just, I think it's just a motivator for people to be able to have that level of competition. So maybe that's why, maybe there's other reasons, but that's all that I can figure, is that it doesn't catch people's eyes who are used to what's going on now and all the first-person shooters and these kinds of things. But I think it's
I personally think it's more of an install base. I think especially now with all the news that's going on about the PS3, not doing well during the Black Friday sales and Christmas and such. I think Sony would be able to get more people getting into these games. I mean, these games, like I said, are really big, really high-class games. But if you don't have enough systems to play it, then how many people are going to be able to try it? With the huge base that the 360 game this year, it's really hard for people to open up in this time of recession.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Economy to really invest into a system. To me, it was well worth the price. In the long run, but I think just people being strapped for money, I think that may be something that'd be holding it back. Hopefully, this time will go over. Sony and Blu-ray will come back up, and more people will be able to try this game out, because it is really, really worth playing.
Yeah, I would say so, and it's something that even if you're not creative yourself, you can go and enjoy other people's stuff, and I mean, even just for I would say it would be worth it even if there was no online at all. Like, the single-player missions that they give you are just so fresh and so fun. And then you compare that to some of these other games that keep coming out where it's like, you play it and you can hardly even get through the first half, and then you're bored with it because, alright, I get what this is about. Okay, so there's our mark. Time is up, and we're going to have to wrap this up, but I forget what I was saying, actually, but do you remember?
Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet, good. Metal Gear expansion, get it if you have the game. Okay. If you don't have it, buy the game, then get the expansion. Well worth the price.
Yep, worth the price, and also worth looking forward to all the future updates. It seems like they have a pretty consistent update there if you already have the game.
Right.
And I find that it's usually kind of pretty cheap, actually. I mean, the fact that I've actually bought some of these outfits, my mom was making fun of me for it because it's like, what? Since when have you been interested in dress up and playing around with, dressing up your dolls and stuff? And so she made a point there. I was kind of embarrassed once I thought about it, but yeah, sweet game, and we're gonna have to try to make some levels. I should almost try making some Metal Gear levels to publish and then link to on the site.
Yeah, I'll have to join you on that one. Can't wait to get it.
Yeah. And before we go, would you like to plug your MySpace page and your new comic that you're working on?
Sure. Thanks for saying that. Starting this year, I'm actually starting up a new webcomic. I've been trying to spread out my artwork, spreading out creativity-wise. Doing comics and stuff like that. I'm trying to base a webcomic off my personal life and exaggerating it by 100.
Always a good idea.
But, yeah, I mean, they say write what you know, right? But, if you go to www.myspace.com, DUDENAMEDJOEY, dude named Joey, go ahead and check it out, leave comments. I have my comic plus some personal work that I've been doing that I have done over the years. And it'd be great just to have some guys following my artwork and stuff like that, and to talk to people, not only drawing but reading comics, and see how I can get better as I go along. So 2009 is going to be a great year to experiment with this.
Yep, I've seen the comics and it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. And
all right.
I'm also working on a bit of a comic on my own site, basically Metal Gear related. And you can check that out by going to the site and clicking on the comics. The comic series that I'm working on right now is called Lolly Lule LOL. LOL at the end, of course. And I think I've got 3 so far, but the Metal Gear series is so open for mockery that I think that there's a lot of potential there to keep working on it. So,
right for hilarity.
Right. So thank you very much for doing the podcast with me.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
And,
had a great time.
Yeah, I think it went well enough. We might have to do another one yet, some other time. But if not, then it was good talking to you, and we'll see everybody sometime later.
All right.